hoping this works. Don't crash. Okay. Okay. I can fix this later. Well, it would help. But okay, so. Okay, so I had an idea that I've wanted to try. It's where, essentially, it's Subway Surfers, but I'm listening to music, and the music on your end might sound a little off for the first few episodes of this. Um, just trying to see where I can get around copyright to where you know what I'm listening to, but the video doesn't get a copyright strike. Because that would suck. So, just bear with me on this. I'm trying something out here. I think this would be fun. My issue with this channel has been I love music, obviously. I love making music. I love listening to music. But I also love yapping and playing video games. So what if I did all three of those? And I think that would be pretty freaking sweet if I could do all three of those. And then at the very end, I'll give, my thoughts on the album, and what I genuinely thought. Of course, don't expect me to stay on topic of the album because conversation will derail very fast. But I will be trying to focus on the album as I'm playing the game and as I'm going on multiple segues. So yeah, without further ado, this is the Genesis self-titled album. I've only listened to That's All, of course, in like the first minute of this to test it out. And I know nothing about these songs. So I do love that song. I'm giving that a like. I do love That's All. I think it's a fantastic song, and I love Phil Collins. And I don't, as much as I love Phil Collins, I don't know a lot about his discography. Like, I know about his solo work after Genesis, and I know a few Genesis songs, but I don't know a whole lot. So the point of this series is to hopefully try to give me an excuse to expand my repertoire of musical interests and tastes, because I've listened to the same like 5 bands for the past 3 years now, and I kind of don't like not finding new music. And so I just wanted to listen to this and share my thoughts and play a little bit of video games. So the setup I have right now is very awkward because the game I'm going to be playing today is Balatro, which crashed a lot trying to do this by normal means. So it's going to look a little busted because I'm going to be doing screen capture. So just bear with me. You're going to be doing a lot of bearing, and it's going to be with me. So I think without further ado, I would just start hitting this play button here and then play a little bit of video games, and by the end of the album, I'll give my thoughts and see where we go from there. This is a little loud. I want to be able to hear it. Okay. So hopefully this doesn't crash, and hopefully I don't lose the footage for this, because that would suck. It would just be me talking to a black screen. So I played a good bit of Balatro whenever it came to mobile. And then I got it on PC, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to play it on PC, and then I never did. So all of this stuff, I know how to play Balatro. But all of this stuff is very, it's, sorry, wow. It's beginner level stuff. So just gotta mind that. It's been a hot second since I've played, so this should be interesting. I used to be like really fast at it, and I don't know what happened. Something horrible, I guess. See, I know how to play the game. I know poker. Um, I think I'll do this. Yeah. Open that sucker. 5. I'll do this, I guess. If someone backseats me, I'm gonna be pissed. Whenever I first played, like, the first minute of this album, I did not expect this song to be so ambient. I mean, of course it's gonna be ambient, but I didn't expect it to be as ambient as it is. I was expecting, like, butt rock, you know? I was expecting to bang. Because the only song I knew was, I already forgot the song name. Fuck. I didn't realize how hard it would be to talk over this. Oh, you gotta be kidding me, man. I just wanted 4 of a kind. Or, flush, yeah. Just give me a flush, man. There we go. I can work with this. It's a 1 in 2. It's a 50 chance it gives me money. Oh, that's unfortunate. This should be fine, I guess. Oh. He sounds like a little goblin. He does sound like a little goblin. Phil, what are you doing, buddy? Why do you sound like a little goblin? That's not cool, man. I don't need a little goblin in my ears telling me horrible things. Telling me I do awful things. I might have just messed up. Okay. I can work with this. Some nice synth right there, okay. Well, that was the first run gone. There's a very specific drum kit in GarageBand. I think it's something Dust. Something stupid like that. The drums in this are reminding me of that. And I think I actually used it in one of my songs. Like, early songs. And there it is. He has such an iconic drum tone. Like, genuinely. Sure. I guess if I ever need it. Like, I don't think anyone could disagree with me on that. Why'd I do that? That's not what I meant to do. I'll work with this. Boom. That's pretty good. It's hard to think, actually. I know this kind of defeats the purpose. Oh, there is something I did want to talk about, though. 2+ ships every $1 you can... sure. So, recently, because Spotify is a horrible evil in this world, I switched to YouTube Music because I wanted ad-free YouTube, and I was like, well, if I'm doing ad-free YouTube, it costs the same amount, or actually it costs less than... Did it cost less? Actually, yes it did. It cost the same amount, roughly, because what I had was Amazon Prime, and then I had Spotify, and so I was like, I never get anything off of Amazon. This is pointless for me to have. Another, pointless subscription for the books. So, I was like, this sucks. I don't like Spotify as a company. For about a year, I was using, I was buying music off of iTunes. Um, but like, it's so limited. And I was just listening to the same albums nonstop. It was hard to find new music that way. So I stopped doing that. I was like, okay, well, I guess I'll go back to this Spotify for a little bit. And I did. And in doing so, you know, yeah, I went back to Spotify and I did that for a little bit. And like, Spotify is so good. I love this piano. But Spotify is a really good app. Let me preface that. It's a really good music app. Not a great company, though. Personally, that's what I believe. Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, I don't like Spotify as a company really at all. For reasons you can find out on your own. I'm sure you'd get my view. So, yeah, I decided I want ad-free YouTube, which has been amazing. I love ad-free YouTube, because all I really watch is YouTube. I don't watch Netflix or anything. So yeah, I was watching ad-free YouTube, and then I got the YouTube Music app. And the YouTube Music app, compared to the Spotify app, kinda sucks. A lot. Like, a lot. Because, okay, one complaint I have with it is it is so hard. I listen to albums. I'm a freak. I don't listen to individual songs. I happen upon individual songs, and I listen to it, and I'm like, wow, it's really good. And then I listen to the album later in line. Like for this, Genesis album, for example. I know about this song. I love this song. It's like, okay, let me listen to the album. That's what I'm doing right now. I really like the keyboard on this song. I don't think enough people talk about the keyboard here. I think it kind of carries the song. That song. It's so good. With this, I loved you more than I wanted to. Say we're point in trying to pretend. There's been no one who makes me feel like you do. Say we'll be together till the end. It's a lot of back throat singing. Like, it's the roof of my mouth in the very back. It's a strange, like, vocal tone that I have to try to get to. And then this organ. I love a good organ. I listened to The Doors recently. I got, it was weird finding a Doors CD in Walmart. It was Greatest Hits, of course, because Walmart. I plopped that sucker in there, and I was like, wow, they really utilized the electric organ to its best extent in a lot of the songs. And I was stuck in, like, a Starbucks line for, I know, I'm talking about how, yeah, the Spotify bad, and then I'm going to Starbucks to get coffee, of all places. There's been no one who makes me feel like you do. Say that we'll be together till the end. I really like that part. I think it's my favorite part of this whole song. The same, it's just a shame, that's all. Oh, but I was stuck in the Starbucks line, and I had that Doors CDs playing, and it went through. This is like an hour-long CD. There's like 16 tracks. It's meaty. I went through it twice, sitting in that line. I don't know what my Starbucks was doing, but it was wild. Anyways, so the YouTube Music app compared to the Spotify app, the albums, right? So it's difficult to find the full discography of an artist on the YouTube Music app because, like, for example, this Genesis album, I really had to look compared to Spotify, where I just type in Genesis and then I get their whole discography. For whatever reason, there's like an album cutoff. If it's more than like 15 albums, it just cuts off. it doesn't give you the rest of the album, so you miss out on the earlier works, which is weird. I don't know why they would do that. I think it's very unusual, and I don't like it. And I also miss being able to EQ my songs how I wanted to for a different listening experience, because it really elevated it. And there's no crossplay, which sucks, because I liked making my own little mixes of playlists and then having it crossfade into each other. I thought that was fun, but it's not in the YouTube Music app. So will I go back to Spotify? Give me like a year with YouTube Music and ad-free YouTube, and then I'll say definitively which one I like more. Okay, I like the Spotify app more, but I don't hear gosh darn evilness coming from YouTube as much. Get two pair here. I'm sorry for the horrible gameplay. I've chosen to not pay that much attention. How am I making so much money? And that's my choice. See, now I'm paying attention to the game, and my YAP has gone down. Actually, sounds really good for my build here. No shit. That stinks. So speaking of how scuffed this is, I was watching old PewDiePie videos just for the love of the sport, like old Happy Wheels, and it's, oh wow, this is really nice. Hang on, I'm just listening for a sec. That was amazing. Holy crap. Holy crap. I hope that's enough. I wasn't actually counting. Okay, good. That was close. Anyways, I was watching old PewDiePie videos. And do I want to run a face stack? I think that with this and this and this would work pretty good. So I think, yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna get rid of this and buy this. It's a bold move, I think, but I'm willing to do it. Doubles money, done deal. Sounds good. I got some matcha here. Embracing my true performative male energy. Anyways, I was watching old PewDiePie, and I gotta say, I had this weird, almost polarizing moment where I realized this is just like an average dude. Like, okay, I had the thought of like, what if this is my coworker, you know, doing this, and then he made a million bajillion money. Why'd I do that? I was hoping this. Oh, it's played. Okay. But yeah, I had this weird polarized moment because I've never thought about it whenever I'm doing it, but whenever someone else does it, it's unusual to sit behind a microphone all alone and just speak. You know? It's a very. This is so nice. It's a very weird thing for someone to do, and it's weirder that it's normal. In current year, it's normal. back then, if you said you did that, it would be kind of unusual for someone to do what I am doing right now. So, like, if my coworker came up to me and said, hey, this actually has happened before. I've had so many people come with me. It's like, yeah, I stream on Twitch. And I'm like, okay, bud. Don't we all? This sucks. Wow. Okay. I really just needed a 10. Or not a 10, 7. This is good right here. But I've had this weird thing happen to me. I guess it's because I'm a dude. I don't know. I don't really like it when it happens. But these, like, I don't know, these dudes that are in their, like, late 20s, sure, late 20s, early 30s, early 40s, around there. It's a big range, I know, but people are around there. This sucks. People around there, that age group, really want to talk to me, like specifically me, and I don't want to. I don't want you to know about me playing video games, or what I do for fun, or what kind of music I listen to. That's the worst one, in my opinion, because that's such a hard question for me to answer, because now there's like there's a stigmatism behind, it's like, oh yeah, I listen to everything, because I genuinely do. I genuinely listen to every kind of music I possibly can. But if I say that, then that just invites more questions, because I don't have a specific answer behind what I listen to, and I haven't figured out a good answer to lie. Because if I say I listen to, like, oh yeah, I listen to a lot of 70s, 80s rock. I love a good pop rock. That's their music. Maybe not the late 20-year-olds, but the late 30s to early 40s, later 40s, that's their music. They want to talk about that. They think that's, like, no one's heard that music, like, ever in their life. And it'd be, like, the most popular bands in existence. It's like, whoa, you know Nirvana? I'm like, yeah. Yeah, I realized I just said 70s to 80s, and then I named a 90s band. Whatever. It was like, yeah, they're, like, the biggest grunge band to ever hit the face of the earth. And Foo Fighters is also massive, so, like, yeah, I know about Nirvana, man. Just wait until I tell them I know about the Beatles. And it's like, oh my gosh, I thought no one heard of the Beatles. It's like, yeah, I know a Beatle or two. You know, they call me the fifth Beatle. I really like the idea of the fifth Beatle. I think it's so funny. I think it's actually, that was like it was a joke in a Simpsons episode, I'm pretty sure, where Paul McCartney and Linda McCartney just showed up. I don't know if it was actual Paul and Linda. It might have been actual Paul. Well, hang on, let me see, now I have to know. Okay, let's see here. See, this is what I was talking about. This is what made me think about this, because this came up on my For You page. And I was like, fifth Beatle tier list? That sounds hysterical. And I was going to bring up this exact video. It's like, yeah, I saw this video, and I was like, that sounds awesome. But we all know the fifth Beatle was George Martin, right? Like, we could all agree. Why is this just all in like a... Wait a minute, what? I can't. I can't tell if that's actual Paul and Linda. Why is this? This actually, no, that, okay, hang on, wait. This movement. That's very uncanny movement. It reminds me of the dud. Wait, hang on. I love the dud. It's this uncanny hammer, this uncanny hammer movement here from 8 years ago. I think it's the mouth movement without the most replayed. I think it's the mouth movement without the eye movement. Like, his eyes don't move at all, but his mouth so slowly opens in such a way. Tony Soprano? What's he doing here? It's so uncanny, and I guess because every Simpson is yellow, you could put this face on every Simpson. Which is interesting. It's interesting. The first thing is around is a single 6 story and create a spectral card. This sounds entertaining. Good heavens. I looked at the comments for That's All whenever I was planning this, and a lot of them are like these older people who are like, yeah, I was 13 whenever I was working with my uncle in his garage, and he had the radio playing, and this song was playing the whole time, and it was very nice. I remember that. Such nostalgic times. And it's nothing but that. At some point, I'm beginning to wonder just how many of those people are bots. Like, do you ever think about dead internet theory? Because it's all over Facebook. Facebook is just like swarmed with bots. If you're not talking to a family member on Facebook, you're talking to a void. Genuinely, there's no one on Facebook except for older folks, and that's it. For those comments, ignoring the fact that they might be fake, I'm gonna pretend they're real. Why does he have like an almost Jamaican accent? I'm not making that up, right? He has like an almost fake Jamaican accent. Is Phil Collins? No. No. I don't. Jesus, I can't spell ethnicity. Holy shit. See, this is proof. I don't. Oh. Okay, I didn't know he was British. I should have did nationality instead. He's a white dude. What was Phil Collins like? No shit. It's just there's some drop foot. Wow, that sucks. Is he Irish? No, he's 100% English. Okay, I didn't know he was British. So that's news to me. I mean, I guess it's part of the song. Kinda. I don't think this one aged well, Phil. I'm gonna be honest. If I can keep it a buck, Phil, I don't think this one aged very well. Oh, I think I'm screwed here. Yeah, I'm just kind of screwed. Let me try this one. I do like having more discards than hands, but it's whatever. According to the comments, that last song played a lot on the radio. And you know what? If I turned on the radio, I'd probably still hear that song. I feel like there's been no music on radios at all. Like, okay, I lived in a place where, hang on a sec. I think I'll do this. This sounds fun. But I lived in a place where there was only one radio station, and it was country music. And, you know, if I go back to that place, and I turn on that radio, I think it would be the same exact songs as they were 10 years ago. Genuinely, I'm not even trying to be funny here. I 100% believe that it would be the same exact songs. Which, actually, that reminds me, I had a thought of, so, it's a stupid meme, it really is, and it's AI, which I don't like AI. But, and that but carries a lot of weight. That's a statement that can be taken out of context. Very easily, I just realized. Anyways, so, it's the SpongeBob Blue Collar. It's the Blue Collar SpongeBob song. It's stupid catchy. It's ridiculously catchy. It's been stuck in my head. I don't want it stuck in my head, but it's stuck in there. Because it's trash. It's actual garbage. It means nothing to me. But what is so jarring about it is that it sounds like any other country song. Like 100%. I've had this thought so many times. It's like, literally anyone who knows a producer can make country music. Actually, if you know a producer and you know a songwriter and you have a decent enough voice, you can make good country music. I say good as in like popular. And make money off of that. It's very lucrative. Which, I don't know, it's just strange to me. Sure, why not? Oh, I'm broke. I need more Joker action, honestly. Because these hands just aren't doing it. I mean, if I keep getting flushes, then that's a different story, really. Again, I'm gonna apologize for this gameplay. I am normally a lot more competent at this, but again, I'm choosing not to be. But yeah, I genuinely feel like if people stop trying, AI will take over country music. Because already sounds like slop to me, and probably to a lot of people. I mean, I've always thought country music is slop to fall asleep to. Even the older stuff, like I think older country music, phenomenal. It's great. I still fall asleep to it, and I have a sense of nostalgia for like early 2000s country music. Because I'm blinded by nostalgia. I know it's probably bad music, but I don't know, it's kind of catchy. Like, the only one I can really think of off the top of my head immediately is Big Green Tractor. Which, as a kid, I loved that song. I had it on my iPod, along with just a lot of music my dad downloaded onto my iPod. But I had that song on there, and I was jamming out to it like hardcore. I didn't realize what the lyrics meant as a toddler, though, unfortunately. What did I also have on that? Ooh, I had a few good songs on there. I had Back in Black. I had Thunderstruck. What else did I have? Oh my gosh, I can't. Oh, I had Sweet Dreams Are Made of This. Yeah, I had that song too. I had Float On by Modest Mouse. I'm really trying to remember. I still have the iPod, but I don't have a charger for it because it's near impossible to get an iPod charger. But I remember, wow, that sucks. But I remember doing like some basic housework, with, two, I think I had headphones at the time, two little headphones on, and I was just jamming out, and I'm glad. Some things from my childhood just never change. I'd still do that today. Like, unabashedly. I love me some good music while I'm doing stuff. Like this. See, this is why I wanted to do this. It's because I love doing things like this. But I did not realize how difficult it would be to yap while doing this. I've never yapped while doing this. And I would just randomly tune back into the music. It's a lot easier now that I've turned it down a little bit. But I was really, like, in the music. I think the more I do this, I'm going to have a nice in-between where I can get into the music and out. Like, fluctuate between to where I can still pick up information from the songs and process it. But we talk about something stupid. Like the dud. Let me look up these lyrics, actually, because now I'm wondering. Tractor. Big Green Tractor, Taurus, Nashville. Interesting. Jason Aldean lyrics. Was this Jason Aldean? Yes, thank you for generating the lyrics. Okay, she had a shiny little beamer with the right, sitting in the drive, but she didn't get out. Bugs off work and get a work on. She had me just coach there. See, it's this chorus, and I could take you on a ride on my big green tractor. We can go slow, or make it go faster, down through the woods and out to the pasture. As long as I'm with you, it really don't matter. Climb up my lap and drive if you want to. Girl, you know you got me to hold on to. We can go to town, but baby, if you'd rather, I'll take you on a ride in my big green tractor. It's this chorus that I think is very explicit. And I don't know if it's just me thinking about it, or if it's intended to be that way. Yeah, who wrote it? It was written by David Lee Murphy and David Lee Murphy and Jim Collins. Not written by Jason. See, this is what I'm saying. As much as I love this song for its corniness, Jason Aldean only really sings. And that's it. Maybe he plays an instrument. And it was produced by Michael Knox. When did he release this? 2009. It's a little more recent than I thought. I like this. Where are we at? Oh, wow, the second to last track. Okay. This is good right here. I'm enjoying this. But yeah, that's, maybe I made that up. Maybe it's actually not such a horrible song. It's just, I don't know, something about it. I just went back to the thought, how do you deal with people, like older people, that you don't really want to talk to? How do you let them down easy, that you don't want to share your interests with them at all? Cause not that I don't like, older people, but if it's a divorced dude who's living alone, talks to no one, and just goes home to, I don't know, I'll say when I was working at a grocery store, if you're like stalking the Frozen section and you're trying to talk to me about how you were starting a Twitch stream, I'm not interested. I don't want to watch it. How do you let someone let them down easy? Also, what person? Oh. What if I duplicate this? Oh, that would be interesting. That would be... Oh. I'll be looking for arcanes. But yeah, what person goes to asking real people, hey, please watch my stream. Please, I'm verified on Twitch, and then they're not verified at all. That's always the case. It's like, yeah, I'm verified on Twitch. I get about, I think, 1K viewers per stream. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I'd be a little bit, okay, let me preface this. This was me at like 17, being a little bit of an asshole. I asked him, oh yeah, what do you stream? Because normally what I would currently do is like, okay, cool, and then I'd move on. I was like, wow, good for you, man. And then I'd change the subject. I don't want to talk about that anymore. But, me being a little mischievous and evil, I inquired more about this lonely situation this guy's in. Whatever. I got lucky. Wow, that's exactly 200. So I asked him, what games do you play? And he says, like, Call of Duty, PUBG, yeah, man. I'm like, that's awesome, man. I'm so glad you play these basic games that no one's interested in, really. Unless you buy the brand new one, which you're gonna have to if you want to stay popular. Why not? I was thinking he said like, I don't know, GTA or something like that. I don't know. This was a while back, so I'm really trying to remember. It's
It's kind of. I think it's because it's depressing. Is why I want no involvement in it now. I was like, you know, I could be him someday, doing the same thing. If I don't get my things together, I could end up like, talking to the 17-year-old kid, telling him to watch my Twitch stream, which has maybe 3 viewers. It's a sort of retrospective feel now. I think I take the gamble here. This would be awesome. Okay, well. It's. I don't know, man. It's one of those things. I just feel bad. And it happens a good bit. It still happens. I had this coworker recently. I didn't much care for him, but he would talk about how he had this one game that he was playing this one game that it was a spaceship game. That's all I really knew about it. I didn't ask much questions. And it's like, yeah, I've probably put about $20,000 into it, just buying spaceships. But the thing is, what I can do is I can return my money and get a new ship, so that way I'm not really spending any money. He had like this weird loophole around it that didn't make any sense at all. And it was just really confusing. And it made no sense. I mean, I don't like talking about people like that, but it was such an interesting instance that seems to be reoccurring in my life in general. And I hope it isn't like, I hope it isn't some sort of prophetic message from the heavens telling me, yeah, you're gonna end up like this guy. Like, I don't want to end up like this guy. That doesn't sound too nice. I took a gamble there. It worked out. But I mean, I've also worked with some cool dudes who were in their 40s. Like, not every dude I worked with who's over the age of 40 is horrible. The coolest dudes I've met have been over 40, and they've worked the same job as me. Just by coincidence, really. So, just because you have a number just because you are aged does not make you uninteresting. And I think for a lot of older dudes specifically, they feel their age holds them back. So then they try to be self-aware about it, and then it falls flat on their face. It's a lack of being themselves that I think really grinds a lot of people's gears. Because like if you're not yourself, then who are you? You're just a husk of your former self when you think you peaked. When really, you never peak. You never peak to begin with. Whoa. Wow, that song had a lot of things coming out of me. I don't even remember what I was talking about. I think that was the end. That was great. I really liked that. So I'll be honest. I kind of blocked out these two. I didn't really listen to them. That's good. I'm not the biggest fan of this one. This one was great though. This one was fantastic. I liked this one too. This one, I thought it was interesting. I like the music. I don't know about the lyrics. I don't know about the Jamaican accent Phil puts on. This one was nice. I like this one pretty good too. Actually, this one was fantastic. I think this one might have been my favorite, ignoring the popular one. It's just this part right here really gets me. Gets me good. And then That's All, of course. Phenomenal. Phenomenal song. You can't beat it. You really can't. So, yeah. Oh, that's not full screen. Let me close out of this. See, oh yeah, I was gonna talk about the PewDiePie thing. How the fuck do you leave? Okay. What he used to do in his old PewDiePie videos was all that I'm doing right now, and he wouldn't edit it at all. And I'm not going to just because I like thinking about it. And then it'd be so funny. He wouldn't do a webcam. Sorry, I got distracted. He wouldn't do a webcam for his videos, but what he would do is tab out, and then there already be a webcam there showing his previous recordings and him actively talking. So I guess he just didn't figure out how to put a webcam up. But it's a strange, like, seeing the beginnings of PewDiePie videos, it's setting a precedent, a cultural online precedent for, what is currently normal. Because I'm sure originally the idea of putting your face on a screen next to gameplay and then screaming sounds kind of weird. But then you do it now, and it's like, oh yeah. No, this person should. Anyways, this album, I thought it was great. Very ambient, very melodic. I wasn't really paying attention to Phil's drumming. I'll be 100% honest. So I feel like I'm missing a value of importance in this song. Not this song, this album here. But this is just first impressions. That's really it. I'm probably going to listen to this album a lot more and talk about it on a later date. But that being said, based on first impressions, I mean, this is like my 1000th impression on That's All, but on first impressions, I'd say this is pretty good. I would give it a second listen to all the way through. If I'm on a long drive, I would put this on. So yeah, this is pretty good. If I had to give it a rating, just on first impression, by the way, this is all this is first impression. I was barely paying attention, so take what I say with a grain of salt. I mean, I guess it's kind of hard to set a precedent. Oh, Jesus. I've been using the word precedent a little too much. No. It's kind of hard to set a foundation. So when I don't have any other things to scale off of on first impression alone. And with the series, I obviously am going to want to talk about albums I love, that I've already listened to a ton of times, and during those, I'd probably be paying a lot more attention to the music just so I can have an excuse to talk about it. Really, that was me messing with my microphone. So, I guess I need a first impression scale before I can genuinely give like a good score. If I had to, I would probably say that this album It's a little carried by the popular song, but it's not bad. It's not bad. I'm trying to think. Okay, so an album to compare this to. This is a horrible comparison, but Pablo Honey, it has the popular song, and then the rest of the songs, and they're not bad. They're not bad. But they're not exactly memorable on first go. Like, there's definitely songs here I do enjoy. Oh, but there's also songs I don't like. Like, genuinely don't. I don't like Stop Whispering at all. I know a lot of people like Anyone Can Play Guitar. I don't. I don't like Ripcord. I don't like Vegetable. A lot of people don't like Prove Yourself. I actually enjoyed this one a good bit. Anyway, this is not about Pablo Honey. This is about Genesis. I think I enjoyed this more than I did on my first impression of Pablo Honey. And I would consider Pablo Honey a good 5 out of 5. Not 5 out of 5, God, no. 5 out of 10 on, like, it's basic. It's basic, it's not horrible. This, I think, is a step above basic. So on first impression alone, I think about legacy here, too. This album's definitely got a legacy behind it. I'd give it a 7 out of 10. Maybe a 6. I'd give it a 6. A soft 6. Oh my gosh, I feel like, oh, I said soft. Sound like fucking Anthony Fantano over here. I'm feeling a soft 6 to 7. Anyways, yeah, I'd give this a 6 out of 10. What did I feel like it was lacking? What did I feel like it was lacking on my half-baked listen to? Maybe that's what I should name this series. Half-baked listen to. Does half-baked imply marijuana? Because I don't want to do that. I've just loosely learned that term. The idea of philosophy foolish, not fully thought through, lacking a sound basis. I'd say that's what I'm doing. So I'd give a half-baked score 6. And what I thought it was lacking was something that hooks me. You can tell I'm making things up. But I don't know. What is it lacking, really? Okay. This might just be me, but I think my issue with this album, and I've noticed it with That's All, a lot of these songs, I like music, crazy thought, but I like long music. Do you feel me? I like when notes drag out a little bit. I felt like there were very few notes dragging out. I feel like it was just beat to beat to beat, which it's supposed to be an upbeat album, but I feel like I'm constantly getting things thrown at me. They're not bad things, but it can be a little overwhelming. So I feel like if this was if not every song has to be a slower pace, but if there are a few slower paced songs, like Home by the Sea, I'd say it's pretty slow paced. Right? I feel like it's a little slower paced, which makes it stand out to me. Mama also seems a little slow paced. And I also don't think... I think Phil's vocals kind of throw me off here on this album a good bit. I think that's another thing. He has a very interesting sound. It's not a bad one, but it's sort of like Led Zeppelin here, to where it's not a horrible, like, god-awful vocal sound, but if you listen to it enough, well, not enough, eventually you start to like it. if you listen to it on just one go, it's like, okay, this is a lot of like screaming almost. So it's very, very noisy. I'll say that. Which some people want noise, and I like noise. But there's a degree of noise here that I think, yeah, it's a little overwhelming. It's a little too much. But again, I barely listened. I got like a few good tidbits here and there. So yeah, that's my thoughts. Other than that, I think this is a good album. Genuinely, a good start album for Wang Chung, Asia. This is a good starting album for Genesis. I might return with more Genesis later on down the line. But with that, I'll end this episode here. Wow, this was a whole hour. Would you look at that? You get to see the whole my whole setup here because I don't know. Okay. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. I'll probably be back with more. Leave a comment what you want me to listen to, and I'll listen to it. That's right. That's a call out for anyone to yeah. Or alternatively, you can just slap this stuff in the background and barely listen to me as I barely listen to the album. I think that's a pretty good idea. That's what I would do personally. I've been a victim of that recently. So, yeah.